अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। आज जुम्मा है। जुम्मे की नमाज मस्जिद सुफ़ा में हुई। इसका वीडियो मैं पहले ही भेज दिया। आप इसका नज़ारा किए होंगे। अब हम मगरिब की नमाज के लिए एक और नई मस्जिद जा रहे हैं। इसके बारे में भी इंशाअल्लाह नमाज अदा करने के बाद, वापसी के बाद ज़रूर आपको बताऊंगा। आप I am pleased to meet both of you.
MashaAllah.
Here in this mosque. I have come here to meet you
Hayyakum.
and see the mosque.
Hayyakumullah. Hayyakumullah.
We will remain here for some time and then we'll go back to our country, India.
Hayyakumullah.
We are guest here.
I lived in Dubai for 5 years.
Oh, that's where. You want to get inside, they're going to start. Hayyakumullah.
Very well.
Hayyakum.
Your good name, please?
Sorry?
Your good name? Name.
Rani.
Huh?
Rani.
Uh-huh.
Rani. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Where are you from? Which country? You are
I am from Syria and here.
Syria. Oh,
Syria. Alhamdulillah.
أنا مسرور
السلام
لملاقاتكم. وعليكم السلام. قليل لسان العربي.
نعم.
A little. I know Arabic a little. قليل. I know Arabic a little.
Yeah.
Something. Not much.
Everything is good. Alhamdulillah.
Are you studying here?
I'm studying here, yes.
Yeah.
I'm in high school now.
High school. Very good. Your parents are here.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
That's probably why.
So sisters need
Perfect, thank you.
يعني هذا ما شفته بصراحة. الساعة أول ما جيت ما شفته. نفس لون
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير الله
It's actually really fun. And if there's food, the default is that something stays as it is until it reaches a point where you know that it has changed in its status quo. And this has a lot of implications when, for example, they give an example. They say if a guy, he travels, and then he just disappears. You don't know where he went. Does the woman, for example, his wife, is she considered mutallaqa at this point, right? Or is she considered a widow? Do you separate his wealth? What do you do in this situation? So the scholars, they differentiate, and they say, why was he traveling, and where was he going? Was he going for jihad? Because in its war, right? And you don't hear about something they call it, what is it? In COD, what do they call it? MIA or KIA, right? You don't know, right? They say he's MIA. So they give situations, they give scenarios. But let's say it wasn't like that. He was just traveling and he disappeared. In this case, you go based off the default. The default is that he is living until you prove that he is dead. Let's say, for example, Usama. He goes in the middle of the masjid and he says, guys, Ibrahim slapped me. Do you believe him?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The default is the burden of proof is on him. He has to prove it. Why? Because the default is I didn't stop anything. Right? And so you're innocent until proven guilty. You see where we're going with this one? Now, and this goes into a lot of different concepts. Let's say, for example, a person came and he's selling water, right? He's selling water, and like water bottles. And the person goes to the Qadi and he says, Ya Qadi, he sold me this water bottle that is contaminated, and I cannot make wudu in it. Give me my money back. Whose opinion do you take? Or who's innocent and who has to prove the guilt?
The one that's selling the water.
The one that's selling the water is innocent, and the purchaser has to prove it. Right? Because what is the default? The water is clean. The default is that people are good. The default is that people are honest until proven otherwise. Now this leads us to an important concept. Can we be sure that people are good?
No.
MashaAllah. Very strong no. No, you cannot be sure. And that means we're pretty sure that people are good. This is, now we're going down to the level from yaqeen to what? Dhann. We've gone from yaqeen to dhann. Now this sets another rule for us. That anything that we spoke about with yaqeen, dhann also plays its role. So dhann cannot be removed with shak. Whatever we said about yaqeen, dhann also holds that same precedent, that you work with what you're pretty sure of. If I'm pretty sure the qibla is a certain direction, and I pray in that way, is my salah valid?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Right? You're never going to be 100% about everything. Right? But if you're pretty sure, you're pretty sure. Alhamdulillah. And so you stick with that as well. And so whatever rule we said about yaqeen, which is certainty, which is absolute knowledge, then whatever is more likely, that also holds the same precedent. Principle is about al-yaqeenu la yazulu bil-shak. Certainty is not removed with doubt. So I have with me here this book. And I wanted to read some other maxims that branch from this one maxim that will also help in clarifying what we're talking about. And we mentioned one of them, which is al-aslu baqa' ma kana ala ma kana. That the default is something stays in its status quo as long as nothing has changed that default. You have to prove that something has changed. And so a person is, for example, if you know that a person is married, right? And then you see him or her later on, you assume that they're married until they tell you they're divorced, right? Or vice versa. You assume that someone is single until they've proven that they're now married, or if you see that, mashallah, the guys are starting to dress better and now you know that they're married. Right? But the default is what? That you stick to the status quo until something proves that it has changed. Al-aslu bara'at al-dhimma. The default is that people are innocent until proven guilty. Someone comes and says, this man's a killer, this man is a liar, this man is this man is that. Then you have to prove it. And one of the most strictest things in our Sharia has to do with the zina. Things that have to do with the zina. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He made it the most strict thing to prove is zina. How? You have to have 4 witnesses. Is there any other ruling in the Sharia that you have to have 4 witnesses? No. And Ibn Taymiyyah, he says, there was no case, no judicial case that 4 witnesses have ever proved that people have done zina. So what if I have 3 witnesses, or 2 witnesses, or 1 witness? Maybe they saw it. Now there's an exception. There's one exception. Who knows what the exception is? Spouse. Married people, that's an exception, and you can refer to Surah An-Nur for that exception. Wait.
So, Ibrahim, just to make sure, it was meant not to be implemented.
It was meant not to be implemented?
Yeah, the conditions are too hard.
Yeah, actually.